What is your personal view or your personal opinion on, we've had the unusual activity of the Fed now admitting they've hidden gold swap arrangements and things like that. This push for this anti-Fed revolution, on the flip side of that, how do we know who should be in charge after control has or maybe would be regained, so to speak?
Well, I'm facing the battle at hand. Justice be done, may the heavens fall, as a great philosopher once said. I'm calculating every possible destination of their trajectory on how they're going to counter us auditing the Fed. And an audit, as the Fed has said, will destroy them because they're so criminal and have engaged in so much insider trading and giving themselves trillions of dollars. It's a consortium of private banks masquerading as government. Now we've unmasked them as private, and in national polls, the majority of the American people, over 75%, want to audit it or abolish it. They now know it's private. We've had that great victory. Now we've identified the real government, the illegitimate shadow government. Ron Paul has a plan to monetize it and phase it out and write off the derivatives with a partially gold-backed system after we've done that. Other people have a purely fiat system, different variants of that. We need to have a national debate and education about fiat currency and fractional reserve banking, and then get the power of the purse nationalized under the Constitution as it's supposed to be. Just follow the Constitution. People keep bashing our system of government. We don't follow our system of government for a good 50 years completely. In the last 100, they've been phasing it out. But in the last 50, it's almost gone since the mid-50s. So we have to have a restoration of what the Constitution says, and we'll just do what it says. And then Congress can decide how that's going to be done, and we'll make sure it's not a private bank again that's doing it. I mean, we had Andrew Jackson fight it and beat it. We had other presidents fight it and beat it. Lincoln had fights with him. He issued his own U.S. currency. They killed him over it. That's on record. So this is the big issue. This has always been the biggest issue. Because if you let these private banks issue imaginary currency and credit and debt, we will wake up homeless on the continent our forebears conquered overnight, within a generation, as Thomas Jefferson said. I'm paraphrasing his quote. So audit the Fed. First things first, nationalize it, and then we can have a specific debate about the legislation and what Congress does with that new system.
I just, fear, just like anybody else, this anti-Fed revolution turning into an excuse for people who are already in office to push for global currency. Ma'am,
global currency. Ma'am, I appreciate your call. That is the Federal Reserve's talking point. The Federal Reserve hired the Enron lobbyists, the biggest lobbying firm that handles all the big corruption cases, to run their PR. And they've said the economy will implode, we'll have martial law, the banks will pull the rug out from under us if we don't submit to them. It's like Professor Black in Fall of the Republic talks about, it's like in Blazing Saddles where the sheriff's surrounded and he says, drop your guns or I'll shoot myself. That's what they're doing. And they've also put out through our own ranks, they just want to get rid of the Fed to have a new world government. They just want a global currency. If we get rid of it, we'll have a world government. We already have a Bank of the World. We already have a world government. They have SDRs and other digital currencies being traded between the private central banks. They've already gone to digital money. They're going to have regionalized currencies. They're already announcing it. That are units that are controlled by that body. That's what the G20 is meeting for. It's already here. So we have to save our currency, save the dollar, fix it, and get out of the IMF and World Bank and arrest these bankers. But again, the bankers know that they're fully discredited. So they only pose as patriots to discredit myself, Ron Paul, and anybody else that sticks their head up to try to warn the people about the real system and say, they want to get rid of the Federal Reserve so we can have a world government. The Federal Reserve is the regional private consortium governorship of the international banking cartel on record. We already have a global government. That's what the carbon tax is. That's what the Tobin tax is. That's what all these announcements are for, and more money to the IMF and World Bank. We're in a world government. We're in the new world order. They already have us under a global currency. It's bank to bank. Okay? They plan on killing the dollar to bring in the new world currency completely. Instead, we got to save the dollar and defeat the bankers. It's very simple, but you're buying their disinfo, black off.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hello, this is Alex Jones with some important questions. If you're going into a battle and they give you a rifle and a sidearm, how much ammunition do you want? My answer would be all I can get. In the battle for freedom and the lives of your loved ones, food is your only ammunition. How much do you want? When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts? When will you need it? Can you buy it without proper identification? Will there be any food? Will it make your children sick? If there's a quarantine and you can't feed yourself, will you go to the gathering center and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633.
The illusion created by the power elite is a lie that covers even the food they want you to eat. Will you continue to be their profit center, buying their processed food that makes you sick? Go to the doctor and buy their drugs? You don't have to cooperate. There is a solution. Inner Health Botanicals, a company that my wife and I just love, have been providing products for the last 5 years that give you the perfect solution to this madness. Try their Inner Food with 20 organic ingredients full of dense nutrition that gives you the energy you need and will keep you well. It even won the award for Best Superfood of 2009 from our friend Mike Adams, the Health Ranger. I love their NutriCafe, great organic coffee infused with herbal extracts to boost your immune system. Try all of their truly honest products that will keep you alive and healthy. Go to ENERFOOD.com or give them a call right now, 866-762-9238. Click on their banner at Infowars.com to see all the available discounts.
Food prices soaring to all-time highs. As the dollar continues to fall in value, what can you and your family do to guarantee that fresh, nutritious vegetables will make it to your dinner table? Garden in a Can. Garden in a Can is your source for premium, long-term storable seeds. Garden in a Can is ready when you are. Plant them now or store them for when you really need them. There are 16 large, hermetically sealed, non-hybrid, open-pollinated packets of seeds, along with detailed planting instructions sealed in a can for ultimate long-term protection. Garden in a Can. It's that simple, fresh, healthy, easy. Only $69.95 for over a half acre of safe, fresh vegetables, ready when you are. Stop procrastinating and start preparing with Garden in a Can. For more details, visit gardeninacan.com today. That's gardeninacan.com or call 866-598-7396, 866-598-7396.
We're going back to your phone calls. Got Paul Watson about to come on because I want to, on air, give him the different points I'd like him to incorporate into an article about us being on the enemies list. Watson is my most trusted apprentice who's off-site, and we got Aaron also doing a great job. Everybody here just does a wonderful job. But Paul, so many times I call him on a political issue and I say, what's your take on this? And it's exactly my take. Not because he follows what I say, but because he has the same understanding of the nexus points. That's why he is so precious to us. Paul Watson at PrisonPlanet.com. I want to go to Paul here in just a moment, but I want to say something about Fall of the Republic. We were about to release the Obama deception in 4 days, and the FBI showed up here. Then they started calling people randomly around the office, asking about my film and asking about my studios. And we were saying, and we've been given a federal subpoena, and the subpoena said, don't talk about this case while the investigation's open about somebody on the message board. And I said to the FBI, I said, I'm going to have you talk to my lawyers. I said, what does my film have to do with this? And they started making inquiries about our servers here at this office and offsite and wanting to know where our servers were located separately from the investigation. And then I got some death threats over the film. And then I got followed a couple times driving home late at night, cars getting up on my tail, coming up threateningly. And I said, whoa, I'm really getting a message here. And, of course, I guess they hadn't looked in my file. When you come at me and try to attack me and intimidate me, it suddenly gives me giant reservoirs of energy. And so I released the Obama deception 3 days early, and it's the most viral film I've ever released, one of the most viral films in internet history, more than 20 million views that we know of, that we've been able to count.